Friends don't let friends use on3 turbo kits. So we are on3 in this car from this little baby right here. This is like, we're not talking about the quality of work. This is on3 hot side. We had to move the radiator forward, which I just knocked that out. I'm not showing my welds, but the radiator was what, probably back here?
Yeah, an inch and a half.
By the time that we had this wheel on here, or the cover over the wheel, I mean, it was back 2 more inches, or 1.5 inches anyways. But there was no room. This thing is LS1. It is a 5.7, right? Mm-hmm. It still is 5.7.
Yeah.
And it made how much?
500, like 515 or something like that.
But it made it from like 2,000 RPM on.
Oh yeah,
like,
it was on. It was on 3.
It was on 3 go. Giggity giggity. So what we're doing is he's getting ready to take some oil fittings off. I'm gonna show you what we're putting on it. Let me turn this over right quick. Ever so gently. This is a Pulsar. I'm gonna go out here and find out the exact specs, but that's a nice little unit. So the specs on that one, it's still a small turbo because of the room. And this guy's, he drives this car. This is, I know it's on a slick, but like he drives it. This isn't a race car. This is a go out and do burnouts type car. But,
I mean, he is gonna race it.
Well, I mean, yeah, but we're not talking like at a high-end level.
No, not
It's a street car.
It's still a street car, yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be, he's still gonna drive it, I imagine. But it's got it's a G42. It's the same as a G42 1450. So it's like it's a 79 millimeter compressor inducer and a 75 turbine exducer.
So easy numbers, it'd be like an 80-75. Like,
yeah,
close to be like an 80-75.
Yeah.
Which for this motor, that smaller hot side with 1 gate, it's going to light extremely fast.
Yeah, this one lit wildly quick, but this thing's got like a 63 millimeter turbine wheel.
We were joking.
And a 90 something, like a 96 AR.
As soon as let me get back on this side. As soon as I got to see the exhaust wheel, I was like, "Oh, that's a cute wastegate." That thing is. Put your hand down there. That gives you a reference.
It's just a 3-inch outlet.
Yeah, and it's a
good.
thick boy.
They're good for 500 horsepower.
We found that.
That's all they'll make. I think that's about all they're supposed to do.
So, the original thought process was just swap it out, and then we're like, well, that ain't going to work. What we were finding is the center line of the turbine to the center line of the flange on that other turbo, it actually sets it forward, which with the compressor housing on it, it is wildly close to that water pump. Mm-hmm. So we're hoping that I don't have to cut any of that off.
Yeah, maybe it'll actually
shift it forward enough.
Move it
and if there's enough red words in that book, I'm sure you'll find it somewhere in there that God said, "Let there be a turbo in this car tonight." The nothing on this car is exactly easy to get to.
It's still an F body.
It's still an F body. If we could un-F body the car, then it'd be easy to work on. These cars usually work really good with the front end off of them, about right here, forward, with just a pipe. By the time he's doing that, I'm gonna give you a little walk around, just so you can see the fun stuff laying around in here. Do what? Oh yeah, we haven't had a date yet figured out, but we are going to have a dyno day, and 3 runs, 4 runs. What was we talking exactly?
It's usually 2 or 3 runs or something per car.
We're wanting to do, 2 or 3 runs per car.
Maybe
Get them in, get them out.
maybe 75 a car or something like that.
Yeah, like $75 a car. Hero passes are absolutely encouraged.
Yeah, sure.
Like, I want to see hero pass. I don't want to see a safe motor and then we'll put 150 on it. If you got a 550 or 600 kit, let's let your nuts hang. And if you've got an 88 or a 92 wheel turbo, let's see what that baby can do on 30 pounds. Because I can promise you, when we get that 88 on mine, we're gonna let its tongue hang out. We're gonna try that. By the way, welcome to that conversation. I'll go ahead and show you that. Oh, ADHD. Just your 2J. They got, I'll get back to that in a second. So, a good friend of mine, Stephen Dennison, let me borrow this. That is a Jose 88. Still has the same backside as mine. It's a 96, 132 AR, T6 flange. But we're hoping that the wheel speed on mine is just so high, the back pressure is high, and we can't get enough compressor out of the turbo, and that's why we're maxed out. But because I have severe ADHD, we'll get back to the dyno day here in a minute. But right now I want to show you something, what they found on this car, because they were having some boost issues and all kinds of weird stuff, and look what they found. This thing is cracked. We don't know how far because you can't really tell, but we know it's cracked through here. So that thing is no good. As far as that goes, the rest is still good. But it's a little turbo. It's a little precision. I'm not sure the size, but comparison to that, it's not much. So, back on this dyno day. We're wanting to get a bunch of cars down here. I would like to see this place packed. Me and Jared also spoke with, I would like to see the highest horsepower Ford, Chevy, or import of your choice. I would like to do like a $50 back to the highest horsepower import, like a $50 back to the highest Chevy or Ford. Whatever, but if you're the only import, and you pay $75, and you make 3 runs at $75, and you are the highest, you technically dynoed your car for $25. You can't make that up. You can't beat that anywhere. It ain't worth $25 to strap one down. But for you, we will. Yeah. We want to see what we can do on this dyno. Front wheel drive, rear wheel drive, Ford, Chevy, turbo, nitrous. Even if you have a fuel leaker, if you got a carburetor, we don't care. No, we don't care. Put it on that thing, spin them rollers as hard, as fast as you can. And I wonder if anybody's gonna beat my mile an hour. You gotta be. Is there anybody around here that has been close to that mile an hour yet?
Really?
I don't know anybody that dumb.
Not that I can think of.
Just so you know, we can take a 28 10.5 or 275/60 Mastercraft or Cooper and stretch them to like 35 inches on the dyno. That's a fact.
I think it's got like a 200 mile an hour max speed.
We've been 170.
That's your suggested speed on the roller.
Yeah, we've been right at 170 with a Mastercraft that's rated at 90 mile an hour.
Mm-hmm. So
oh my God.
Somebody brings something crazy.
Yeah. Here we go. I'm calling somebody out, and they're going to call me right back out.
Yeah. Might do 200.
Yeah. You said yours do 170? Shit. Let me hit second.
Yeah.
Here comes, I guarantee Whisper's going to show up with one of his old ass Chevys with like a 230 rear gear.
Yeah.
He's going to spray it to get the wheel speed going, and then just go NA all the way to 250.
Come on, dude.
Yeah, if we can get that housing off, we can get to them bolts. The oil down there is very tough to get to.
Yeah.
But if it was easy, everybody would do it.
That's the truth.
Oh, my ADD, my ADD. adhd. I went straight from looking at Stevens turbo. Somehow I went from Dyno to Stevens turbo to the cracked turbo, back to the Dyno, to me not being able to talk, back to this car. My mind works like that a lot. Have you ever seen the Charlie Sheen interview where he's like, "This is your brain on drugs"? Yeah. Like, you want to live inside my head? You'd be like, "No, F that. Here, you can have it back." Yeah, that's my mind. It's, if you haven't watched the Charlie Sheen interview, you should probably do that now. After you watch this video, of course. Hear me out. We're not all that is man, but we're figuring things out. You can't get in here for nothing, and they are so tight. It was unbearable. Can't get a cheater in there. But for the people who didn't know, because we didn't, 14 millimeter, 1/2 inch drive, it fits. Who would have thought? I mean, it was meant to be. Put that in there, turn it, buddy, like gravy. Like gravy. Now that we figured out how to get those loose, we're going to go ahead and get the rest of this off, and then you're going to see us try to get the new turbo on and hope to God that it fits. So, see you in a minute. Okay, we got an open entry, not divided. Brad was immediately able to point that out. But it pulls instantly. It's all about the turbo combination. If you put something small enough on something big enough, I mean,
She's gonna wake up.
all right, we're gonna grab this turbo.
Let's loosen this.
Well, we can spin that, but that only puts the fatter area there closer.
Yeah, but let's move this clamp just for a second.
Okay.
'Cause I mean, it's
Well, let me show this other side real quick.
okay.
So, zoom in. We are not far away from anything, fitting or touching. You thought I was going to say fitting, huh? Oh my God. Well, we'll get the clamp out of the way right quick. I don't think it's going to gain us anything. But, you know, for curiosity's sake. Did you have the ratchet out already? Or did you put it back?
I put it back somewhere.
No.
Oh, it's right here.
What you got on there?
Not what I need.
Is it a 10 or 11, 7/16? Wait a minute. Was that right? So it can't physically fall. I mean, God, this sucks. We were really hoping it would fit without any type of modifications. Man, that thing looks very big to be that. I guess you just have such a small area to work with.
Mm-hmm.
Turn your exhaust housing more. Freaking on3 was never designed to have a real man turbo on it. Or, you know, at least a little boy turbo.
It's so crazy. Look at that. How close.
Looks like I got some work to do now.
Yep.
Damn. You know what sucks?
What?
You have broke your neck and back tuning my truck this year, and I got to pay you back. You got any floors to sweep?
Yeah, be a lot easier.
Oh, also, we got to cut this off because I don't know why, but it needs to be cut off and come straight out. We got another neck for that. That's a whole other can of worms. And then while we got that out, I'll actually pretty this up.
I feel better about it sitting there on its own.
I can't imagine it would fall and be able to make it anywhere.
Well, you know,
And it is a brand new turbo.
it is. Just for respect reasons.
Well, when I cut that flange off, look how much room we have between the the transcooler though. And especially if we take the transcooler off and move it. Which I would like to leave it there if we can, so we don't have to worry about fans.
It doesn't need much at all. Like, it's so ridiculous.
Yeah, so ridiculously tight.
All it needs, we just need to cut the flange and just
Lower the front. Chop the front and lower it and leave the back side where it's at.
I don't know if you have. Well, yeah, I guess you do, don't you?
Yeah.
There's room. Yep. Cut just what you said. Cut just a tiny little.
We need to
V.
find out the angle of where that's setting right now, there, and figure out where the turbo needs to set. And I mean, obviously it can't set level,
Bring it on over here.
but what we'll do is we'll find out that angle, make the chop, and we'll keep bending that till we get it right to the angle that we know it needs to be at.
And just build a 4-inch up top straight out of the hood and go on.
Can we talk them into that?
Maybe.
I mean, so you're gonna hole over here, and no room to get it there.
It's going to be a situation trying to get a 4-inch from here to there.
I will absolutely cut a hole in his hood. I am not afraid to do that.
He might be cool with it. I don't know.
Oh, wait. This is 5-inch though. Oh my god.
That's the ugliest
Oh
piece
my
of
god.
pie I've ever seen.
I mean, it was in a scrap pile.
Yeah.
I mean, there's another scrap pile, but I don't think anything over here is.
I'll send you that picture. It'll be like, yeah, go ahead. I mean,
No, not with
he's
that.
got a diesel shop. He's probably got like chrome stacks laying everywhere.
Well, there we go. Send him that and say that's your option.
This is the only way the exhaust will fit.
I mean, theoretically, how else are you going to get? I mean, that's a 5-inch. I get it.
Yeah.
But how are you going to get a 4-inch through there?
It'll fit. It'll just have a immediate 90 on it. Which
It'd be more than a 90.
Yeah, it's got to go almost backwards. Well, look at the other pipe.
Oh, yeah.
It had a big snake pipe on it anyway.
Yeah, I had a 3-inch with.
Yeah. And even that was touching everything.
Yeah, that was touching everything with a 3-inch. Man, it looks like a race car now.
Yeah, that helped.
Yeah, that needs to be what he does.
I agree.
So we'll find out the angle that we need to change that flange, and then we'll know when I slice cut it. We'll know where to bring it out to.
Yeah.
And then before we tack it back, we can always
you can just
bring it back out here.
Yeah.
Before. Yeah, well, there you have it. You get to see what we do that we don't normally video. We've been down here for 3 hours or so. I was moving the radiator one time. He was doing a remote tune for a guy, and I was completely against it because I never knew it would even be this close. I was just like, there's no way. Just throw the whole car away. It'll never fit. Turbo will never work. Blah, 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 blah. But whatever. Well, that was my alarm. So I'm done for the night. He's gonna play around with this, I can tell, for a little while till he gets happy with it. I'm gonna go on my dinner date, all skanked out in my normal attire, and hopefully we can give you an update on this tomorrow, because I'm pretty sure he's gonna be playing with this tomorrow. Need to get this one done, get it out of here. So, tomato, we'll see you guys.